only guess what we're doing today. As you can see, Chosen's new wool shop coming soon. This is what we're going to work on today. We have a lot of stuff to get done. One thing we have to do just right now is we have to jump into the nether, go into the end, and then we're going to have to hunt some shulker boxes, as we're going to need 16. One shulker box for each color wool. That's what we got to work on now. So let's head into the end. So on this server, there's a data pack that basically allows for shulkers to spawn pretty much anywhere there's endstone. There's a small chance, I don't know exactly how the data pack is working, but it does spawn in shulkers, pretty much in the overworld. I hear one right now. I don't know where it's at, but I do hear it. I think it's underneath here in this little cubby hole area. Yeah, there's two down here actually. So having a bow and arrow is really nice. Now I want to get looting. So this sword has looting on it. If I put it in my offhand, my bow, then, I think this is a bug, extends the looting to the arrows. This is actually a really good place for a shulker to be, because, you know, it's going to shoot me. I'm not too worried about taking a little bit of damage. Oh, it shot back the arrow at me. But yeah, we should be able to knock these guys out and hopefully get ourselves some shells. Now, it's not 100% guarantee on the shells. Yeah, it just helps that I have looting on here. So what I need to do is I need to gather 32 shulker shells, as I'm going to need 16 shulker boxes that we're going to use to put dye in, and we're going to sell in our market. So I'm going to be hunting for a little while. So that managed to take a little bit of time. I'm not joking. It took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take. Also, our bow is just about completely dead. I do need to make sure to save this so I don't use it again and repair it. It has 11 uses left on it. And by the way, if you want to know how to show the actual durability of a tool, if you hit F3H on your keyboard at the same time, it'll put it in advanced tooltip mode, hidden or shown. It's a built-in debugging option. You can do that in any version of Minecraft, I think above 110. I think it does that. Maybe it was 112. I don't know. Maybe it might have been 1.9 when they did all the major changes. But we need to put this in, or we need to make these all into shulker boxes. This is going to really fill our inventory though. Oh boy. That's 8 chests. 16 more. That will equal 8 more chests, and that will be the exact amount that we need. So this is, like I said, 8 chests. 8 more chests. That'll give us 16 shulker boxes. Let's disregard the ones we have over here. I'm actually going to take these out of my inventory for right now, because we need all 16 of these shulker boxes to be dyed every color that exists. And I have all the colors here, I think, except for I think I'm just missing black dye, which I actually went out and got some more ink sacks. When there was nobody online, I actually went out and I was able to find them, which was a lot nicer. So we have a little bit more black here, because I think also we need just regular gray or light gray. Light gray, I think, is what we need. So if I combine the white dye, oh no, we have plenty of light gray. What am I talking about? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, so we're missing a couple of colors. So I'm gonna have to go through the list and figure out what colors we're missing, because I'm gonna have to dye every little thing here. So now we have all the colors nice and sorted. So this is gonna make it a little bit easier. I'm only gonna do one at a time, and then we're gonna get all the different colors all lined up and ready to go. These are going to be what we use in the shop, and the reason why I want to use shulker boxes more than anything else, instead of just using chests, is because if we run out of a specific item, I can just grab the shulker box right from the shop, and I can just come back to our base and fill it up and bring it back. I can transport all of our different boxes here in one inventory. I think that is going to be the best way to do this, 100%. Is to do this by shulker box and set up our farm that way. So if I'm gonna be building anything, I'm definitely going to need some building materials, and that's gonna be wood. I don't have a lot of wood, so I'm gonna have to spend some time harvesting some wood. I think I'm gonna get some dark wood. I might even try to find some oak. We have a lot of oak in over here. This is a pretty good forest to get that. But yeah, getting some dark wood, dark oak right here. This is going to be a good starting point at least. So I have most of the resources ready to go. I think we're going to be able to get this thing built. Now, I had two design choices that I was either going to do. One was build up, like everyone else, or I was going to build down and kind of replicate how my base design is set up. But I think I'm going to go up. I think going up is going to fit the style of the rest of the builds. And I think I should be able to make something pretty nice with the resources that I have. I don't really have that much, but something sort of resembling this, I think we could definitely handle. And keeping in some sort of style, along with the kind of trees that are all over the place. Even though, honestly, there's everything. There's spruce, there's oak, there's jungle. I mean, there's just about every type of tree here. I mean, it's just kind of just an everything biome. I have no idea. So coming up with the idea, I want an entryway right here. So I guess I can go ahead and grab some of my building materials. I'm going to slap those down and just use cobblestone for right now to map this out. So most of this is set up. I think this is looking pretty good. We have places for lamps. I still haven't got all the finishing touches on this thing just yet. I know I want pretty much this whole side to be covered in vines for the most part. But this is looking pretty good, this whole thing. Now, you see, this is a shop. This is not a home. I do not live here. And I didn't really want it to be a place that I lived. So I have this very shop-like tapestry hanging over. And I'm using signs, or not signs, I'm using banners to kind of add some life because these kind of wiggle a little bit. Even in the vanilla textures, they just wiggle without needing, shaders or anything. But you can see I did take away a few of these because we're going to take these back home. We're, of course, going to grab some lamps. We're going to grab some few things. We're going to go ahead and bring our chests and stuff back home. I do need to throw some of our colors back in here. I did go ahead and get the colors all sorted. As you can see, they are all in here. I'm going to bring a couple more colors back and get these all sorted out. But I was trying to figure out, maybe should I put, I don't know, stairs or something at the bottom and, at the top to make this look a little bit better? I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring out how I want this section to be. And I don't know. I might actually put, a shop like front area where it's almost as if you walk in here and you can purchase it, but you're still going to be able to buy it. And all the information is going to be on the wall. There's going to be a sign over here somewhere. It's going to be telling everybody what they need to do. It shouldn't be too hard to understand and should make things pretty easy for the customer. That's what this is going to be all about, right? We want to make it easy for the customer. And this might actually add a little bit of depth to this room by doing that. Yeah, making it look a little bit different. So yeah, I really want them to be able to come in here and purchase some stuff. I don't really want to cover the windows too much, but I do want them to be able to see that. And I don't know if wool is going to be something that is noticeable from the front. So we might even add some colored carpet. I did add some carpet to the roof. If we take a look at the roof, it looks different than everyone else's roof. And that's because I used black wool as sort of shingles. There's not really much you can do as far as making dark looking shingles other than wool. Wool looks like it looks exactly like shingles. If you wanted to go like not as brand new, you could go with a gray. Gray kind of, you know, how shingles kind of fade over time. That's kind of that look that I was going with. And I even used it to blend and hide a lot of things. This carpet was really useful. And you can't even tell from the bottom. It almost has like a black outline, but you really can't tell. Now in modern builds, oh man, you can really tell when you cap the top with black. Or you cap the top with whatever color your design's going with. And the wool is going to be really good for modern design. So I hope to see some people building some really cool things using it. But our shop is almost up. We have a few more things. Let's go ahead and build our banners. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have the word wool up on here. And we're actually going to make the word wool with our banners using blue dye on our white banners. And this is going to be really cool. And I can't wait to get this thing going. By the way, I did actually borrow the same kind of foot designs that he's got going over here. This comes from Mythical Sausage. So I wanted to kind of keep with the same sort of theme as most of his builds over here. Sort of have this kind of running theme going with it. And I didn't want to ruin it by putting this building next to it that completely was off-putting. So I don't know. It may be off-putting still because of the color palette is a little bit different than everything else. But I wanted it to be eye-catching. I wanted it to be popping. I wanted to walk here and go, oh, what is this? I want to buy some wool. There's a lot of wool here. I'm going to buy it. That's kind of what I wanted it to do. So it's serving a purpose, which is perfect. Let's go ahead and make our banners. So first of all, we need to make ourselves a loom. And I guess I could just place this right here. And what we're going to need is some colors. We're going to need some dye. And of course, I'm going to be using white banners. And the white banners are going to work really well with our lapis, which is going to be turned into blue dye. And the blue dye is what we're going to use to dye our different color banners. Right here, I have the 4 banners. And let's see. I'm going to be making the letter W first. So let's go ahead and throw our banner in. Let's grab our dyes. I'll go ahead and do 64 for right now. Let's do 1 banner. Blue dye. So let's go ahead and get our colors. I think, let's take a look. We need a triangle for the bottom. So bottom triangle. And then we're also going to need 2 side pieces. If I can find them. This is going to be to make a W. There they are. Side piece. So, okay. So so we have to take this out, right? Ah, I see how it's working. So we take this out and then we replace it in. Put that there. New side. And then we have a W. So there's our W. Then we need to make an O. It's actually one of the first times I'm kind of using the loom. It's a little bit different. So O is probably going to need like all the different sides to be blue, and then we need like a chunkier, not all the way on the top. Yeah, like this. So there's O. And we need to repeat that. That's pretty simple. Just like this. And that's our other O. This is looking really cool. And then we need an L. Which, I mean, is going to be pretty simple. We just need this. And then we need a bottom piece. And it spells wool. Just like that. So this is actually going to go on the top. And this is going to let everybody know that it is a wool shop. Everybody should be able to buy wool there. I'm also going to need a little bit of white dye. This is going to be able to... this is so I can color the signs. And I can set prices. Because I really don't know exactly what the prices should be. But we need to come up with an idea. So I'm going to work on a little bit of an idea. Also probably decorate a little bit. Utilizing some trapdoors and some things like that. On the build. And see what I can't come up with for a kind of shoppy looking place. But the wool banners, let's put them on and see how they look. Let's go ahead and place these guys down. Now, the only other thing I could have done is potentially like added a banner on the outside that would have kind of made them not look so bubbly and like fat looking. I don't know. I don't know if I should do that or not. Because it does kind of, it's kind of dark, it's kind of bright. You know what? I might change that. Let's go back and actually add that final white border to make these look a little bit slimmer. What I mean when I say white border is I'm kind of referring to this. Which, yeah, that definitely makes the things pop a little bit more. I like that way better. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely liking that more. Makes the letters stand out way better. I somewhat have this kind of figured out, and I think this is going to work. Right here, I'm going to be placing named items, and that is sort of going to go into the deposit chest. So I'm going to have a sign saying deposit chest and how much each thing costs. Now, here's the hard part. I don't know how much these things should cost. I do know that 2 stacks is what it takes to use up 1 shear. 256 blocks, or sorry, 4 stacks of these equal 1 shear. So should I do 4 stacks equals 1 diamond? Maybe. 4 stacks of any color equals 1 diamond. I think that sounds reasonable. I mean, 4 stacks of wool is a lot of wool in my opinion. And it takes a long time to get this manually if you don't have a farm like I have. So I find that pretty reasonable. And then to potentially have, I don't know, because iron is something that I'm going to run out of for sure. I'm going to have to work the most for iron. So maybe I should put, I don't know, a tip chest. There is something that that I could put out front, maybe. Almost like a, I should probably use a barrel for this. I'll just have like a little thing like this. And then we could make a barrel, which I don't think I've made a barrel yet. But I mean, it's not hard to make a barrel. We have everything to do so. So let's make a barrel. And if we place it like this, it almost looks like a mailbox. And we could say, taking donations, iron, donations. Welcome. And then hit that with some white dye. And of course that will light things up. I'll put it on both sides. Because I mean, I think that should help. I mean, if people decide they want to donate some iron to the cause, then they're more than welcome to. That's what this is all about. They don't have to, but I'm definitely be running out of that. Donations. Welcome. Perfect. So you have a mailbox here. Iron donations welcome. And we can even put some carpet on top of this. To even give this a different kind of look. I really think that carpet has a lot of uses, and it just never gets used in Minecraft. Very cool. Like, this adds a little bit to the top. Like, yeah, it's really cool. So another thing that I wanted to do is make a note block sound when they walk over this. And to do that, it should be pretty easy. We're going to set up a little signal that is going to be activated from these blocks, and it's going to activate 2 pieces of redstone that are going to be down here, because when pressure plate's activated, it'll activate the redstone. And then we can just place it, I mean, literally right here, right next to this. We can set up a little ding ding that will go off inside here. So, I mean, we want to choose what block the sound will be. I think it's setting on dirt is just fine. I think that's just the piano sound, right? It's setting on dirt. Oh yeah, it has a block above it. It cannot have a block above it for it to work. It has to be one more block down. So fine, it'll kind of deaden it. So we want... So we'll hear what these 2 things sound like. I'm going to use 2 redstone repeaters, one on a different signal than the other. And then this should work, I think, with that hooked up like that. So as soon as this is activated, let's just go ahead and make a button for right now to activate it. So this is always going to hit the same. I want this to be a fifths. Like that. But I want it to be different. I don't want that. This needs to be delayed. So this actually needs to be separated a little further back. Is what's going to happen with this. Because this... Yeah, this one's going to have to go one more back. I think. In order to do what I want it to do. There we go. So this one's going to go first. And that's kind of the... That actually is perfect, almost. There we go. When they walk in and walk out, that's the sound that it will make. I really like that. Alright, so that's perfect. And all we have to do is put pressure plates right here. And then they'll most likely... It don't matter if they walk on one or the other. Either way, it's if they walk on one of the pressure plates, it'll automatically play this little tune. This nice little ditzy tune. So if we do this and we make it an invisible pressure plate by making it the same texture. Look at that. It doesn't get any cooler than that shop-wise. Oh, I really like that. That's what it's all about. A little bit of redstone ingenuity. The Chosen Wool Shop is now officially open for business. That's right. You can now find all of your wool supplies here of all the different colors ready to go. So yeah, let's take a tour. It's not half bad. It's not half bad. So iron donation, very important. I'll probably need all the iron I can get, considering I'm going to need to keep these things in stock. When you walk through, you get a lovely ding-dong sound. And we have some pictures, some decorations on the wall. We have this lovely like stand I decided to make. And when you look here, it says 4 stacks equal 1 diamond. I'm going with 4 stacks. And then a payment chest. So the payments will all go in here. And then you just grab the, you know, whatever blocks or colors you need from the chest that represents the color. Even if you don't actually know what color this is, just given maybe someone is slightly colorblind or something, and they can't exactly tell the colors, that's okay. When you open it, it tells you on the inside, because I have named every single one of these shulkers to this specific wool type. So, as you can see, each one of them tells you the exact name of the color that you are going to be purchasing. So, I hope this goes well. I hope people buy from here. I'm also going to be interested to see what everyone's feedback is on this building, because it is sort of in the main districts, and I thought that maybe having a house here would look pretty nice. I don't know. I kind of stole like a really nice location. I think this looks really good. I kind of decorated by adding a little bit of trapdoors here and there. That's all you kind of have to do, is just add a couple of trapdoors and things will look really good. Has a nice little walkway to get right up. That's not so straight. I wanted to avoid being straight on here. I wanted to avoid the straightness because that ends up making things not look so natural. And I kind of like the natural feel of this, but oh, that'll never get old. We have a little seating area over here. Just a really nice looking shop. And yeah, I think this turned out really well. I hope this profits. I hope we make a decent amount. If not, there's going to be other projects on the way that I look forward to making. Of course, everyone needs wool. There are actually 2 of us making wool right now. If we fly on over, we can take a look at Catherine's build over here. She actually has been also making a wool farm, and this is her wool setup. I think she showed off my wool setup in her video over there. As you see right here, the sheep shearing source, established in 2019. Oh, and this is the setup. It does look a little bit crammed at the moment, a little bit crowded. I think there might be too many sheep right here. I don't know, but down here is the whole operation, the whole caboodle. Take a look here. You can see there's a bit of wool and stuff all down in here, of all varying different colors, because it's a little bit different style than the one that I went through. The one that I went through is a little bit more controlled, where I can know exactly what all the colors are. This one's a little bit more different, but this one also works just as well. So this is another style of farm that you could use yourself if you're interested in it. And for some reason, this sheep got sheared, but this guy right here is a Jeb sheep, so it should be rainbowified, but someone sheared it, which is kind of hilarious. And also there's this cute little sheep up here, which is really nice as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also give this video guys a huge thumbs up. I hope this wool farm does really well. I really do. I hope people enjoy it, because I know there's a lot of builders on here that could probably utilize some pretty nice different colors in their palette. Anyways, I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one, and as always, thanks for watching.